Okay. Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here today at Pilot Expo Brussels. When we say together to new heights, it's not a marketing slogan for us. In aviation, nobody climbs alone. Not a captain, not a first officer, not an airline. Everything that works in this industry, safety, performance, growth, stability, works because people build it together. Today, I want to give you a realistic and structured overview of who we are, how we grow, what we offer first officers, and what life at Sunexpress actually looks like. And at the end, there is a QR code where you can access detailed documentation. So today is about clarity. The deep dive will come later. Okay, about me. Let me briefly introduce myself. My name is Yiğid Acar. I'm head of HR business partnering and talent acquisition at Sunexpress. I have been working in HR and talent environments for around 20 years. In fast-moving industries where decisions matter and people make the difference. And aviation is probably the most structured and performance-driven environment you can imagine. Over the years, I have seen one consistent truth. Airlines that grow sustainably are not only operationally strong, they are structurally strong. So today, I will focus less on emotion and more on structure. Because structure is what protects pilot in the long run. So, who we are? Sunexpress is backed by Turkish Airlines and Lufthansa. That matters. It means strong shareholder structure, European operational standards, long-term fleet planning discipline, governance and stability. We are not a startup. We are not a short-term expansion project. We are a growth-focused airline with structural backing. And for you, as a first officer, that translates into something very simple: predictability. In aviation, predictability is extremely valuable. So, what is happiness in aviation? Let me ask something slightly philosophical. Is happiness even possible in aviation? This is a demanding industry. Irregular hours, seasonal pressure, operational intensity, high responsibility. But I like a simple definition. Happiness is when you look forward to work and you look forward going home. Both. When pilots becomes unhappy, it is usually not about one bad day. It is about uncertainty, unclear upgrade paths, unpredictable compensation logic, feeling replaceable. So, real question becomes, can an airline design a system where pilots feel stable while still operating in a demanding industry? So, happiness is a leadership decision. We believe happiness in aviation is a leadership definition, not an accident. If leadership not design stability, the market will design. The market will design instability. For us, happiness is a not soft topic at Sunexpress. It is directly linked to retention, safety, and performance. Stable pilots fly better. Predictable systems reduce stress. Clear rules build trust. And trust builds strong cockpit. So, yeah, as I said, and trust builds strong cockpits. We choose to build it differently. We do intentionally, structurally, and sustainably. Because growth without structure breaks organizations. And in aviation, broken structure eventually impacts the cockpit. Here you see our core framework. We have 5 pillars: fleet growth, clear roadmap, controlled expansion. We align hiring with fleet delivery, not on the other way around. Structured upgrade path, transparent command criteria, balanced seniority mix, not hope-based progression, it's structured progression. And sustainable compensation. We design compensation models that are understandable and responsive to the market. Operational stability, high crew utilization discipline, safety-first planning logic, culture community, young and dynamic cockpit culture, direct leadership access, open communication. If you remember one sentence from this slide, we scale without breaking the cockpit experience at Sunexpress. So now concrete numbers. Our first officer hiring outlook aligned with our fleet growth. In 2027, 92 aircraft with 105 first officers intake. That goes within 3 years up to 101 aircraft, 49 first officers in intake at the end of 2029. What matters here is not just numbers. This is the rhythm. We hire continuously, we grow continuously. That creates training capacity predictability, upgrade planning predictability, and for young first officers, this means you enter a system that already has momentum. And here the recruitment process. Let's make the process simple. We have 3 main blocks: eligibility and line checks. We verify your documents early to avoid wasting times. Assessment and screening, English evaluation, Mollymock, and structured candidate evaluation. And lastly, interview and offer. Interview, final checks, and work permit steps where applicable. Our philosophy: clarity early and depth later. We want candidates to understand quickly whether the process makes sense for them. Our requirements: for EASA candidates, we'll look for EASA CPL with IR, Wallet 1 medical, minimum ICO English 4, of course clean safety record, willingness to relocate beautiful Turkey, and there is also license conversation pathway. The DGCA, Turkish DGCA, authorize you for 1 year validity. Conversion will be initiated. DGCA exams and LPC will follow, and Turkish license will be issued finally. The conversation must begin within the first 2 years. We keep this transparent because surprises creates the frustration, and we avoid surprises. And let's come to compensation contract framework. Now, this is the structured part. Contract structure. We offer you 2 + 1 year full-time contract, 2 year bonding, We offer you base salary during type rating, structured training investment model. Type rating investment is 32.5K with installment option, or you may pay 30K as a lump sum. 18-month installment will be applied. Deductions will start right after the line check. And with this, you stabilize first, then the repayment will begin. The excited part, the average monthly net income. For low season, we pay approximately 5K. And for high season, we pay approximately 7K. Those are our net incomes. And of course, euro equivalent. So, guys, are you ready for takeoff? This is the moment where you may think that Sunexpress is a right place for you, because the license you hold, it's not just a piece of paper, that's your future. And being an airline pilot is a long-term marathon. So first, you need to select your place, then you need to run accordingly. If you believe yourself, then Sunexpress is here to be the best place to fly for. So I finalize by saying, together to new heights, and if you wish to join this wonderful family, we are here and waiting for you. Thank you.
1, 2. Hi. Thank you very much for the insightful presentation. We do have one question submitted for you, and then we'll get on with the next speaker. So, do you invite ready entry non-type rated first officers from outside Turkey to assessment?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Does that answer your question?
Yes, we
or
do.
do you need more?
Let me clarify a bit.
Good.
My friends, we employ first officers with low hours, and all you need to do, you just need to scan this QR code, or you may just visit us in our booth. For this year, we have already completed our recruitment process, but we will be hiring for next year's capacity, meaning that during the summer and from now on you may apply, and during the autumn period we will be start hiring. And typically we also hire foreigner first officers with low hours with EASA license.
Okay. How many hours do pilots fly per year, just to get people?
We fly tough, of course. Well, it's around 750 and 80 hours, I would say.
Okay. Yeah, and your sectors are mostly longer ones, I think. Like
that depends. We fly domestically and internationally, meaning that one day you may fly from Antalya to Adana, or the next day you may fly from Antalya to Düsseldorf.
Okay, which is more of a 3-4 hour flight, yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, and normally the roster pattern is is that like a 2-day sector if it's a longer?
It's
flight?
Going and coming back to home, I would say.
Yeah.
We have daily flights.
Okay, but you also have 4 sector days, like where you
Exactly.
go. Yeah.
Exactly. Not every day, but sometimes yes, 4 sectors are available according to the schedule.
And how long have your pilots been working at Sunexpress usually?
Our typically average of service around 8 years at Sunexpress.
Around 8 years, you see. Okay. And if one thinks about upgrade to captain, what?
Great question.
Yeah.
Upgrade process starts at Sunexpress with 3,000 flight hours, meaning from the start day, typically you need to spend like 4 years for reaching the upgrade progression period. And for the moment, we don't estimate a waiting line till 2030, I would say.
2028. 30.
Yes, 2030.
For upgrades.
For upgrade. We don't foresee any stop. If, of course, the sector will be live as it is like today.
And you probably have a very strong training department as well, too.
It is. We have our own ATO guys. Sunexpress train their own pilots. we have our EASA instructors. So we train our pilots in-house. We have an EASA ATO at Malta. So that's why we prefer to recruit ourselves, and we prefer to train ourselves as well. Any questions from crowd?
If anybody would like to ask a question in person, let's say, here's the procedure. You put your hand up, you get a mic, you ask the question. See, I'm just going to show you how that is done. So you put your hand up, and here's a question which was submitted. Can you explain the conversion in more
License
detail?
conversion, yes. Turkish DGCA, they newly introduced license conversion for EASA licensed pilots. You may start your training in Turkey with your EASA license. We validate your EASA license for 2 years. During that 2 years, you can fly with your EASA license endorsed by our ATO with type rating. Then you need to start your conversion progress accordingly during that 2 years. If you start the conversion period within 2 years, then the DGCA extends your validation for another 1 year, meaning that at the end of the 3rd year, you need to complete your training. This is our wish.
Okay. Yeah, go. Give me a second. I'll give you the mic. Just a sec. And so, congratulations. You are the first to actually follow
Icebreaker.
instructions.
Yes.
So first of all, my name is Javad. I will soon apply to your MPL program on
Okay.
LinkedIn. I have all the requirements.
Okay.
My question is, do you accumulate all the students in one class, or do you send one student each time to the flight training that work together with Sunexpress one by one on their own pace?
Okay.
Because you're always recruiting on the MPL program.
That's true. Yearly, we have our own cadet programs for the crowd. Unfortunately, we can only offer for Turkish citizens. The cadet program is run 2 times per year. So once we collect 24 people, we send them to the flight school. It's typically in March and in April. So either you may start in March, or you should wait for sorry, I said April, for the September period. March and September.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
My
Thank
pleasure.
you very much for the question. So would anybody else like to try? Right. I mean, if you are from inside Europe, I've seen this in previous shows, people start to ask all kinds of questions about how is it to live in Turkey, is it, how safe is it, and so on. It's really not far, ladies and gentlemen. You can go and visit. It's sunny most of the year.
Well, this year it's we had unbelievable rain. So most of people say, well, if we are in Turkey or in Europe, but generally, yes, we have the sunshine in our beautiful country.
An interesting question. Thank you for submitting it, Mr. Anonymous. So what are the language requirements to be part of Sunexpress?
English.
English.
That's it. English is main language at Sunexpress. So if you speak English fluently, then you are more than welcome. No Turkish language is required in our cockpit environment.
Yeah. All right. We do have time for 1, if not 2 more questions, if there's nothing, what's the word, too complicated. Otherwise, you can, of course, meet the Sunexpress team next door, where you can hear, I'm sorry, the noise of other people talking while we are here. Thank you very much for your presentation. Thank you very much for the extra information. Thank you, everybody, for the good questions. And we continue. Please don't go anywhere.